This is the third time I'm filming this video, so it's just a tiny bit frustrated right now, but we can do this. Hey, it's Kristen, and today I'm going to talk about how to find your personal style. Finding your personal style, in my opinion, is something that is way more important than we really think it is. And our clothes are not only there to make us feel comfortable or empowered, our clothes also send a message to the people around us about who we are, whether we are aware of that or not. Our clothes are telling our story. And a really cool benefit from having a personal style is, first off, the clothes in your closet all match with each other because all the clothes are of the same style, so they kind of match together without really trying too hard. But also you get to save a lot of money because instead of following the style that is promoted to you by, I don't know, the fashion industry, you have your own personal style that you stick to for years and years and years instead of switching your style every time something is trending. And of course, not only having a closet with items that last a really long time and a style that is timeless is gonna help you save money from buying new things, but it's also more environmentally friendly because you are not buying new things, not contributing to the production of new items. So I think everyone kind of wins in this situation, and you also benefit from wearing clothes that you feel completely confident in and clothes that really suit your lifestyle. And yeah, this is pretty awesome. I think that having a personal style is something that everyone should look into and try to achieve, and it really does save lives. That's a little bit dramatic, but you know what I'm saying. So for the first tip, I really love this, and it's really easy for anyone to do. You either create a Pinterest folder or just a folder on your phone or your tablet or your laptop or whatever, and you start storing pictures in there of clothes, of outfits that you really like and would want to wear yourself. And you do that for a few weeks, and maybe even better, a few months. You just keep adding pictures in there of outfits that you really like. And after a few months go by, like 2-3 months go by, you can scroll down to the oldest outfits and go over them and see what do you still like, what do you not like so much anymore. And you can also go through the pictures and see if there are specific items that you repeatedly save that you really like again and again. And that is really going to help you identify your personal style. If you go through the old pictures and you notice that the clothes and the style of them is pretty consistent throughout the photos, then you know that that is pretty much your personal style, whatever you're looking at in the pictures. So if, for example, you've been pinning a lot of very minimalistic outfits, just black and white, then that is your style. That's what you like. And then you might look in your closet and it might be full of prints and colorful things. And all of that might be stuff that you haven't even been wearing or you don't enjoy wearing. So that's gonna help you really put a pin on exactly what your style is and identify it and know what items to shop for whenever you need to buy something, and not to just go around and buy whatever catches your eye just because it's colorful or bright or flashy. You have a much more focused approach on the items that you buy from now on. So that is really helpful. But if you notice that the styles in these photos are just completely mismatched, they're like colorful things and prints and block colors and sportswear and party wear, and it's just like a mixture of things that really don't match each other and different styles that don't really work together, then you probably have a little more work to do. And for tip number 2, we're gonna get a little bit deep here, but it's basically to find yourself, whatever that means. I guess it kind of means knowing your personality, who you are, your lifestyle, and what clothes express you and make you feel comfortable in them. That is a very big question, though, to ask yourself who you are, and we're not going to explore that in this video, but a few things that you can do is find your lifestyle. I can personally really identify with this because I started fashion blogging when I was like, 17, and going through those photos of my clothes, I had no consistent style. It was one moment it's preppy, the other moment it's kind of grunge, and then it's tomboyish, and then it's like super trendy. And I know back then I had no idea who I was, so I had no idea what person I was dressing. And my closet was just changing all the time because I couldn't really settle with who I wanted to be. So I always had to buy new clothes and overconsume and be left with clothes that I didn't like in a very short time span. I can't really help you find yourself, but what I can do is help you identify your lifestyle, and that is gonna also be very helpful. So what you can do is just ask yourself a few questions like, do I work out a lot? Do I party a lot? Do I have a job that requires a certain dress code? Or do I go to a school that requires a certain dress code? Do I stay home a lot? So for example, I work at home, so I spend a lot of time at home. So I need a lot of comfortable houseware. I also work out a lot, about 4 times a week. So I definitely need sportswear as well. I don't party at all, so buying or investing in party wear would be completely pointless for me. I already have one dress, and that is more than enough for me. Of course, your lifestyle is probably gonna be completely different than mine, and that's okay. All you have to do is just identify the key things that you spend your time doing. Do you go hiking a lot? Do you go camping a lot? Do you work out? Do you go to a ton of cool parties? Whatever it is, identify what it is that you do often and you enjoy doing, and that's gonna really help you figure out what pieces to invest in instead of going and buying things that you're gonna end up never using. Now for tip number 3, this might be a little bit obvious if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, but for anyone that's new here, this is a pretty big one, and it's stay away from fast fashion stores. I've spoken before about how fast fashion labels exploit their workers, produce in sweatshops. They also cause tremendous damage to the environment, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. Well, I kind of already have, but you know what I'm saying. But another reason to avoid fast fashion brands is the fact that the style that they sell changes like every few weeks. So the clothes that you bought a month ago are definitely not going to match with the clothes that you're going to buy a month from now from the same fast fashion brand. Do you know what I'm saying? It's basically their company's policy to change their style as often as possible in order to push consumers to keep shopping from them. If the clothes that they make is completely out of style in a few months, that benefits them because consumers continue buying more and more because their clothes very quickly becomes outdated and unwearable. And that's mentioned if you buy from fast fashion brands. If you go through your closet, you always feel like you have nothing to wear even though you have a ton of stuff. I'm obviously speaking from personal experience here. But yeah, you kind of have that feeling because everything is a completely different style and nothing matches with each other. Instead, what we can do is save up, and instead of buying 10 cheap fast fashion pieces, invest in one good piece from an ethical brand. And ethical brands usually make sure to create stuff that are timeless, so they never really go out of style. And there's always the option to thrift if fair fashion brands are not in our budget. Another thing about fast fashion brands is that everyone wears those clothes. So you can't really have a personal style when you look like a clone of everyone else out there. Moral of the story, definitely invest in ethical brands. You're never gonna regret it. So I hope you found these tips useful. I think that finding your personal style is super useful, and it's gonna help you save a lot of money, and also it's gonna definitely help you from ever feeling like you don't have anything to wear in your closet, because now all your clothes are gonna match because they're gonna be the same style. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!